In the name of the Father, Son, and of the Holy Spirit. So, relationship over religion is stupid. Now, I'm going to tell you why. Okay, so this video, I feel like, is been in the making. But the reason I am talking about this now is because I was watching a video of a girl doing a little Bible study, and she was just kind of talking about verses to help with anxiety and stuff like that, which is cool. But she went on the whole, kind of passive, I'm not trying to push my religion on any of y'all, or blah, 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 or whatever. Which, okay, I get it. But the thing that made me kind of pause and even comment on the video, actually, was she was like, I'm not a Christian. I'm not a Christian. And I'm like, what does that even mean? What do you mean you're not a Christian? And she said, what I do is I don't tie myself to a specific religion. I just do what the Bible tells me, not what a religion tells me. And I'm like, okay, so it's okay. And then she said that her pastor, if you want to call this person that, he says that we should not tie ourselves to religion and just call ourselves followers of Jesus. I literally laughed when I heard those words. And I hit one of these. I hit one of those because it's so popular in Protestantism, this whole relationship over religion motto, whatever you want to call it. It's dumb. The motto's dumb. The people who follow the motto, I'm not calling dumb, but the motto is dumb. Religion is relationship with Christ. And a relationship with Christ is religion. If you follow God, you are a religious person. Now look, I understand that unfortunately religion does get a bad rep because even I heard it growing up in a not even Catholic family, but more so leaning on the Catholic side of things. I heard that you go to church and these people talk about not being judgmental, but then they judge you when you go to church and all that stuff. And look, I'm not denying that happens. Unfortunately, yes, there is a lot of judgmental people within churches. But you'll find judgmental people, out in the street, in the mall, at school. You're going to find judgmental people everywhere. We all deal with our own sins. I've been judgmental. I still am judgmental, unfortunately, sometimes to this day. I struggle with sin. Just because being judgmental isn't a sin that you struggle with, doesn't mean that you should talk down on people who are religious that do judge. Because none of us are perfect, obviously. We're all sinners. We all remain to be sinners. But I just wanted to talk about this because it is so mind-boggling. Because, look, relationship and religion go hand in hand with one another. They do. It's very simple. Okay, look, I get it. You might not want to tie yourself to religion because of the bad name that it kind of carries, unfortunately. But I guarantee you, most of the people you're going to find in your local church are sweet and nice and caring and giving and very charitable, if that's even a word, very righteous people. Yes, unfortunately, you're going to find a few bad eggs, okay? But I mean, some of the people in the Bible who are these heroes, are some of the worst sinners. I mean, everyone knows David and Goliath from, David and Goliath, the story of this boy defeating this big soldier, But what they don't tell you is later on when David is king, he commits adultery and then he kills the man that this woman was married to hide his sin. They don't tell you that part. They only tell you the feel-good part. They tell you the part about the little man taking on the big man and winning, but they don't tell you about the part that comes after because people don't like that. unfortunately. And that's the thing about especially Western Christianity. And unfortunately, it kind of has seeped into the East a little bit. This sensitivity and this kind of this just being overly sensitive and like only wanting to hear the good things. We only want to hear the positive stories. We only want to hear about Jesus turning, the bread and fish into thousands to feed thousands. We only want to hear about Christ healing people from diseases and leprosy and blindness and raising people from the dead. But we don't want to hear the story about Jesus flipping over the tables at the temple because he was seeing what the temple was turned into, which was like a marketplace to sell things and to not worship. They don't want to tell you about the times that he was, face to face with the Pharisees and claiming all of these things and being, aggressive in the right way, in the passionate way, in the holy way that he did it. We don't want to hear about those things because we only want to see Jesus as this like hippie with long hair who loves everyone. I get it, okay? But Christ was a gangster, dude. Like he was a gangster. Like this guy, multiple times. Okay, y'all gonna kill me? Go ahead. Do it. I'm gonna rise up 3 days later anyway. So go ahead and do what you're gonna do. This man was a real man. This is a real man right here. Okay? And I ain't talking just the facial hair. Because not everyone can grow facial hair, unfortunately. Right? But again, they don't want to hear that. They want to hear the feel-good stories, the love stories. Christianity, I've said it in my past videos, Christianity is more so a battlefield than a field of flowers to lay down. The Bible is more of a sword than a pillow to lie your head down. You know what I mean? The Bible is meant to be controversial, especially in this age, when secular is the norm and adultery is the popularity and bad and being evil is the cool thing to do and holding grudges is so cool, man. Like, no, it's not meant to be. Okay. So yes, but again, if you have a relationship with God, you are by default a religious person. We should, instead of trying to hide behind like, oh no, I can't say I'm religious because these people are gonna think that I'm judgmental and that I'm this and that and I hate people or whatever. We should, instead of being afraid of that religious kind of label, we should be trying to bring down the walls that have unfortunately let these walls build themselves up. You know what I mean? If we can build up a wall, we can knock it down. So yes, call yourself religious. Yes, I am a Christian. I'm a Christian. I go to church, I was baptized, I go to church, I take communion, I pray 3 times a day, more. I pray my rosary. I pray with my prayer robe. I carry an icon with me. I carry the Bible around with me. I have my favorite Bible verse in my head, not just in my bio. I live a Christian life. Let's turn this into a positive thing. Do not be afraid of persecution. On the mountain of the sermon, Jesus Christ himself, he said, "Blessed are the ones who are persecuted for righteousness' sake. Blessed are the ones who are persecuted for me," for Christ. When we are persecuted, we are blessed by Christ because he said that, because we are. So don't be afraid of persecution. Don't be afraid of a few mean comments on your Instagram, on your TikTok, on your Twitter, on your YouTube video. Don't be afraid of a couple of judgmental looks. If Christ is your identity, then you have nothing to fear. You have nothing to fear. You laugh in the face of persecution. You brush off people's cursed words. You fall to the knees of this man and this man alone because he is Lord and because Christ is Lord. So once again, relationship over religion is not a thing. It is a false teaching. If you submit yourself to Jesus Christ, to God, if you believe in the Holy Trinity, Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, one God, three distinct persons, if you go to church, you are a religious person. Wear that with humbleness. Wear that label with humbleness. Are you a religious person? Yes, I am. Next question. You know what I'm saying? Are you a Christian? Yes, I am. Next question. Be proud of this right here. This is what he did for me and for you. Do not be afraid of the cross. Take up yours and follow Christ. May God bless you. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Christ is Lord.